New Predators are coming in hot.
Spiking bits.
So the new Hot Landing expansion zone for the Prodos Games AvP 2nd edition is here. This is the first expansion. Doesn't come with quite as many miniatures. I think it only comes with 12 miniatures as opposed to the full game right here. We're going to take a quick look at the first one and definitely show you more in depth on the Hot Landing Zone, because this is it's a pretty good value for being, you know, a follow-up expansion, notwithstanding the rules and the gameplay and all that. So over to Prodos Games we go. We're going to click on the new Hot Landing Zone expansion. And real quick about Prodos Games, they don't have the different language or the different currency, so you can't select like US dollars or anything like some of the other retailers we've shown you on here. But what is cool about it is there's no arbitrage as far as, you know, whatever currency you might be paying in. If you use PayPal, your credit card, whatever, you might pay some fees for international transaction fees. That's pretty standard across the board. But what's 39 pounds is going to be, you know, roughly $50 US, give or take, you know, plus your shipping or whatever. So just kind of keep that in mind, that you don't have to worry about, you know, random inflated prices with some other, you know, retailers in Nottingham. So the Hot Landing Zone expansion is here. It's 39 pounds UK dollars, and it's, you know, it's got a lot of stuff in here. Now looking through the miniatures, it comes with 12 different miniatures. We've talked about this a lot on the site already. I don't know why. There we go. Let's drag it over there. So you've got 5 new aliens, 5 new prisoners. You got a synthetic, which is like the android and such, and then of course a new predator model. And it's going to come with a bunch of jungle tiles, various tokens and things to keep in track. You're going to get the dropship token, you're going to get some, or the dropship itself, you're going to get some different tokens, strategy cards, event cards, some stuff from the first game. I have a vague understanding of how to play it. I haven't actually played the game. I'm going to actually keep these 2 copies right here that they sent over for us to show you all, and hopefully learn the game a little bit more so I can speak more conversationally about it. Unfortunately, haven't had time to really dig into it, but it looks pretty neat. And it's got that kind of Space Hulk kind of feel, so that it definitely appeals to me, and hopefully you as well. So jumping into the new set itself, I don't want to show you this quite yet, but I do want to show you a quick refresher. Now we know that the Hunt Begins 2nd edition came out. They did a Kickstarter for it. You can get, if you got the first Kickstarter, you can obviously get the upgrade set. I think it's like 15 pounds. That'll get you there. But that set's pretty cool. It's loaded out the same way. It comes with a little more miniatures. I think it's 10 pounds more in price, but you do get a lot more stuff in here, and you're going to get the main rulebook and things like that. So it's all laid out pretty cool. It's got the foamies. You got, you know, your aliens are going to be this pink, your predators are going to be this green glowy, then you've got your humans, your colonial marines, and all your cards and everything. Like I said, I haven't learned how to play it, so I'm the worst, I know, but it looks pretty neat. And like I said, you know, it definitely reminds me of kind of Space Hulk, but you can use these figures for anything, and they're pretty well done for the most part. Oops, let me put this in here so I'm not sure we got everything all together. So for the expansion set itself, now we are past the pre-order window for this thing, and in the pre-order window they actually had a little deal where you could get the clear predators, a sprue of clear predators. These guys are actually pretty dope. Never seen anything like it. Complete clear plastic multi-part kits of predator minis here, and I think it was an existing box set that came out like 2 years ago. Who cares? They're clear, they're dope. This is like everything from the first movie we ever wanted to see. And it's really cool that they have this technology now, because Prodos is actually one of the very, if not the only one besides Games Workshop that had this technology in Europe. So that's good for the hobby, so we like that. We'll show you a painted miniature here in a second too, once we finish taking a look at this. So unboxing it real quick, like I said, 38 pounds. It's got a little add-on pack, a little average. Oh, I think that actually sticks in here. Let's put that over here. Then you've got all of your new tiles, and these are very similar, like you said, you know, like I've said, Execution Force or Space Hulk or anything like that. They're the, you know, nice glossy UV coated. Got some tokens here for the drop ship. I guess the story is that this one ship went down, and some of the trainee colonial dudes managed to get control of one of the drop ships. So apparently it's self-sustaining besides all the missiles and stuff, and it's got near infinite fuel, so it's driving around and it's transporting folks. and you can do all that sort of thing. There's that token right there. So if you don't have the actual transport mini or dropship mini, you can just use that one, which is kind of cool. And then there's a bunch of tokens and things. Not exactly sure what they do, but they look pretty cool. I mean, the graphics are always on point. Very cool stuff right there. Kind of wish G-Dub had this good. I know this is one of the scenarios because I was looking through the rulebook, like the clifftop scenario. Kind of almost like the very first Predator movie, which was really neat. And then you've got the instruction manual, which we'll show you here in a second. And again, the foamy, it's all laid out nice and neat with your miniatures. Now, they're not color cast like the first one, but it is what it is. And you can pull this out and put your tiles underneath it if you want. And then you got spots for the cards and such too right there. And they, you know, all line up with the backers and things. So let's take a closer look at each of the components. All right, so straight up, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've barely read through this. I haven't played the game, but overall, I think the gameplay is good, according at least to Board Game Geek, so that's good. The layout on this manual, while they have some charts in here that are kind of important because now you know like which factions you can kind of port into this expansion. They give you a couple of charts here. The layout of the book, it's got some dope graphics. You know, hey, here's what you get, and here's, you know, some of the scenarios. So they lay it out like with the different tiles and such. So you can set it out. It's functional. It's a very functional rule book. I can tell you that just by looking through it. But unfortunately, it's written by somebody like myself, like with an engineer brain. So it's not laid out like, you know, something you would expect from Games Workshop. It's really not. It's laid out more like an actual like manual, which has its pros and cons, sure. But I just want to be upfront and clear about that. So it has some points and things. There isn't any quick start, which I'm always all about the quick starts because it gets people going and it makes it a lot easier on things. But phonetically speaking, you know, going through step by step by step by step, it's all in here. It's a little hard to read and whatever. It is what it is. Let's take a look at some of the miniatures. So first off, and we'll show you last, I suppose. You've got one Predator here, and this is the tracker dude. So these are all unicasts. They got their bases basically part of the miniature itself. Really good sculpts. I mean, I'm not sure what this material is, some sort of resiny kind of thing, but I mean, you've got the tusk and everything. There's no undercuts. It's all very well done. Crazy spine whip here. And there doesn't appear to be a lot of flash to kind of trim off it or anything like that. So just, you know, a quick dip in the old wash and maybe with some dishwasher soap and get you good to go, get you ready to prime and get these guys all up. And if you forget where they go, they have a little diagram in there as well. And then I think these are spitters, alien spitters. Again, very good sculpts. Very, very cool stuff. I mean, there might be a little like rando pieces there, so just kind of go through with maybe like your toothbrush, your soft bristle brush, just to get off any of the straggler pieces. But overall, there isn't a lot of flash to speak of. But if you're a perfectionist, you're definitely going to want to kind of look at all that. So you got those, and then you got the little prisoner dudes, which would be really cool. I suppose you could use these as cultists or something for Games Workshop, but if you really wanted to. But they're great looking miniatures and things. And let's compare them to, say, like a guardsman or something. So we've got a normal guardsman dude right here, a little deathcore dude. So they're about humanish size for sure. And as far as the predators go, I would love to use some of these guys as like aliens or something. Or not aliens, as assassins. So there's a Primaris Marine. So it'd be cool to see like a little duel of like the ultimate hunter versus the ultimate metahuman warrior. Because we know they're always a match for the normal humans. So what about a metahuman, huh? And that's pretty much all the details. And then you got cards and stuff, and they look very well done graphics wise. But like I said, I don't know how to play the game. I do very much want to learn. Looks like there's event cards. That's kind of cool. So I always like event cards. I don't like to get too crazy with like weather conditions and things, or too like nitty gritty. And then here's your actual unit cards and like how they all work and stuff. But these are laid out pretty good, and I could definitely see myself. This is one of those games that, hey, you don't have to put the miniatures together. You just take them out. You literally don't even have to, oh, where do they go? Oh, gee, I wonder. So, boop. And it's good to go. Now, I suppose you could buy a bigger box too and put all these foam trays in it, and then all your rules and all your cards. I'm sure somebody out there already sells it and has already thought of that, and I haven't even looked yet. But that's actually an idea too for all the expansion sets. Now we only have 2, but hey, 2 is definitely better than 0. And if you got the first one, you can always upgrade. Now, and I almost lost him because he's cloaked. Here's an assembled and partially painted Predator. Cloaked Predator model here. Obviously something has gone wrong with his, or he's just decloaking. He hit his little control pad and he's decloaking. This was painted by Tim here at Spiky Bit Studios. Really nugged it out, looks great. Now the clear parts have frosted a little bit because we hit it with some matte coat, but what can you do about that? Maybe cover it up with a little liquid masking if you really want that total like clear, transparent look to it, because now it's a little bit opaque-ish, I suppose. But I still think it's pretty cool looking, and it's definitely a little lesson learned for you all out there. They are a little hard to assemble because they're all clear, but the good thing is you can use super glue. If you're really worried about it, you could use the gold BSI, Bob Smith Industries glue, and you wouldn't have to worry about crazing. But this was just put together with normal super glue, and there was no crazing on it. Don't use kicker. Kicker's back. And that will definitely mar up the surface. So just a little lesson learned right there. You can put them together and base them and glue them down, and you're good to go. Or you could, you know, do some nice little decloaking effects and things right here, and have that just kind of hanging around the studio. So that is about it for this one. I think we're out of time. We got to go do some meetings, get ready for some Adepticon stuff. But I think it's a neat little set from Prodos Games, and obviously the second expansion for Alien vs. Predator. Can't wait to see more stuff. I think they've already got a new expansion on the way here for March as well. Some Predator Elites. So gonna check those out as well. I guess that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our videos.